Morning, everyone. This is Mark Leibovit at vrtrader.com, the Leibovit VR newsletters, which is our new website coming up here in the next week or two. We are looking at the sequential VR indicator and Whole Foods. Whole Foods had a nice move today. Some brokerage firms that upgraded it. We took profits at vrtrader.com because it's a profit. We got long here on positive VRs. We saw accumulation in the stock for a while. The most recent signal was here. This was posted on October 27th, trading above its 50-day moving average. And as you probably know, the stock had a gap. It still does have a gap, looking at about 47.70. So the fact that it's trading above the 200-day today, which is the green line, the 50 is the blue line, that indicates it may still have momentum to fill that gap. But why do we ring the register? Well, we ring the register. It's a news story. We've been in the stock. Nice profit, about 5 points in the stock. I guess if it pulls back a bit, we might consider jumping back in. You've got a gap now on the downside all the way back down to about the 40 level, maybe even the 42.90 area if you want to use this high from back here on June 13th. But I don't know if that's as relevant of a point. So positive VR here. We had a little rising stochastic, and you're talking about a stock that had been depressed. It was being accumulated above the 50-day moving average. If we take a look at the weekly chart, you can see a very similar pattern. We had a positive VR, Leibovit VR here back in July. This is after it had the big break. It's been many weeks here building a base. News story about the company not growing as fast, took it down here big last May, and now it's recovering. So on the weekly chart, you can see here there's resistance about just where you're at, which is the 50-week moving average in this mid 45 area. Be interesting if we can take that out on a weekly basis. And again, you've got the same low point here around 47.70 where it could rally back to. You do have a rising stochastic. So it's tradable on the long side, particularly on a pullback, but we want to update you here as this was a nice trade for us this morning and the logic behind it. We had a positive weekly VR way back, which you had to be patient for, but we knew at some point this was going to take off. But what you had the daily signal coming in here in the last few days, in theory you would have been long. If you took the 2-day version of my VR indicator, you might have been out just for a quick trade over a couple days. But this is one you needed to be patient with because it was depressed and it appeared like it was going to move higher just to fulfill the technical potential here in the gap and the moving average. So thanks for checking in. We'll get back to you another update.